Well, hi guys, welcome back to another speed build. This is my San Francisco home. It costs about $670,000. This build, it's basically completely made out of basic shapes. There isn't walls for this, so it's going to be really hard to copy if you're on mobile, because scaling and using beams and stuff can be really hard, and I know the struggles that mobile people go through with beams. So if you're having problems with this build, it's probably just because of all the basic shapes that I'm using in this, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I wanted to basically have higher ceilings because I could use bigger windows, which is what is on the actual, like, San Francisco homes. Like, I couldn't just use the normal windows that Bloxburg has, since they're not very good windows and they're not big enough, so that is basically what I had to do to make this a lot better. I kept the speed build a little bit slower this time, so it will be a little bit easier to follow along with if you are able to use basic shapes and rods and beams at least a little bit well. I wanted to talk about some things, like about questions that you guys have been asking me, like if I can build you a house. So I'm just gonna explain like why I can't build a house for you guys, because I get a lot of questions like this. So basically, I can't build houses for other people because I get like a lot of requests for house buildings like every single day, and if I were to accept all of them, it would just be a ton of builds, and to be honest, it would probably take me a few years to get every single build done, which is kind of crazy if you really think about it. I mean, if each build takes 1 to 2 weeks, and if bigger builds can take up to a month, then that's at least a year right there, and that's why I don't really want to build for other people, just because it'll take a really long time, and I'm not planning on having to take that much time out of building for myself just to give you guys some houses. And I know that sounds selfish, but like, come on, it's a lot of requests. Yeah, and also the fact that, like, if you're not able, like, if you're in Europe, like if you live in Europe, since I'm on the west coast of America, like the time zones are so much different, and it would be really hard to find times where I can get enough time to actually make good progress on your house. And I know some people have offered to like give me their account information, but that's just really risky, and you can get banned for that, and I'm not planning on being the reason that your account gets banned, and I would feel really bad if it did. So those are just the reasons I can't build for you. There's also, like, can you friend me? And I friend some people, like people I can trust, like online. Otherwise, if you're just some random person in my neighborhood, then I'm not gonna friend you, just because I don't know who you are, and I don't know if I can trust you, and I don't know if you're gonna be like nice to me at all. And when you make a friend and then they turn on you, it can be really like frustrating. So I'm not gonna plan on doing that. So that's why I'm not gonna friend you. Plus, I get a lot of friend requests. I have like 1,300 friend requests, and that's like 6 times the friend limit. So yeah, I can't really friend you, unfortunately. Sorry if that sounded rude, I'm sorry. Can you donate? I cannot donate. I mean, all of these answers are going to be no, basically, but like, I'm just gonna give you guys an explanation so you're not mad at me at all, or you feel like I'm just selfish, which I mean, everybody is that sometimes, but like, for me, when I'm, like, I have limited money too. I'm not Coeptus or Froggy Hops with infinite in-game money, and these builds are extremely expensive. As you can see, even a small build like this can get up to $700,000, and I even made a cottage that was about $300,000, and that's just really expensive for such a small build. And when I'm trying to build them very fast, or, well, not very fast, but without taking months to build them, money can be a huge setback sometimes, because maybe I'll have only a couple $1,000s, which basically, if I have $10,000, I would consider myself poor, because that's about 3 times I can pay my bills. And I mean, custom stuff can be really expensive as well. There's things that I've made that have got up to $45,000 that I've actually had to clone multiple times, and that is just an insane amount of money for one thing. And I actually had to clone 6 of them, or not 6 of them, but 9 of them, and that's a lot of money if you really think about that. So that's why I don't that's why I don't donate to people unless they're like being really nice to me. Sometimes I'll give people like a little bit of money, but usually that's when I have a lot of money, like a lot more money than I normally do, and I'm just feeling generous. But if you ask for me for money, I probably won't donate to you, so I apologize. Let's see, can you make a cheap home? Okay, I get so many questions about this, and it's kind of sad. Like, I'm not very good at budgeting myself, and it's a little bit disappointing, but if I were to make a house, I don't pay attention to my money at all. I'm really just paying attention to what I'm building. So like, I'm gonna prefer a better, more detailed house than a really cheap, like, sad little house. And I don't want people to be disappointed in my builds because they're not very detailed, and I'm an extremely detailed builder, and that's just not my style to make like cheap homes. Another question related to this is like, can you make a no Game Pass home? And this is related to the last one, because like, I mean, I cannot build without advanced placement. I mean, if you've ever tried, like, the second you buy advanced placement, it's like smoking a cigarette. You can't stop using it. Like, it's really important for my builds, especially because I make a lot of custom stuff, and without advanced placement, I wouldn't be able to do that. And yeah, so next question. Oh, I have no more questions. Anyways, that's basically all I wanted to talk about or say, because I just wanted to explain to you guys before you start commenting stuff like that. I'm not gonna get mad or at all if you do comment it. I'm just gonna politely say no to you. So I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude at all whenever I say no. So please don't get angry. Also, during this speed build, the door, I tried doing the door and making it move on this bookshelf door, but it doesn't work, unfortunately, because there can only be a max of 2 items on top of a bookshelf to make it move. I think that's what someone told me. I'm not sure, but like, so I basically just kept the door open at all times, and it's kind of sad, but it's my only choice. So all the doors in this build are just gonna be broken, basically, because they don't open or close. So I'm just keeping all the doors open. They're all custom doors, because since this build is at a custom height, I'm not able to make actual doors on walls. So yeah, that's kind of a bit of a problem. Let's see, did anybody ask any questions? My Wi-Fi is not doing very well right now. Anyways, I guess I'll just talk about the build for a little bit. So it's 1 bedroom and it has 2 bathrooms. I was going to put, or not 2 bathrooms, there's 1 bathroom, sorry, I am getting ahead of myself. I was going to put 2 bathrooms, but the bathrooms in my layout that I had were right next to each other. So I just felt that it would be a better idea to just make that second bathroom something else. So I turned it into an office and it works a lot better in that space. There is no bathrooms on the first story. Everything is basically on the second story, and I kind of do like that style because it means I can focus the whole first story to like a bigger living room and kitchen, which in my opinion looks a lot better when you have a bigger kitchen. It's just a lot nicer and a lot better when for builds, I mean any build basically, to have a big kitchen is really nice. So there's 1 bathroom. It's a really small house. I mean, San Francisco houses don't tend to be that big. They're just kind of townhouses, which can get large if you make them really tall or have multiple stories. I didn't really know how far to go back, so I just kind of made the living room and the kitchen, and that's why it doesn't go back very far, but I personally like the way it looks. Okay, anyways, I'm doing like this city collab with a Watt player, and I won't be posting the build on my channel since he did most of the work. He did like basically 70% of it. I just made a couple buildings and some interiors, excuse me. So if you want to go see that video, you have to go to his channel to watch it. So it's a really good video. So yeah, if you do want to watch it, then go to his channel. Another thing, if you're kind of confused why there's a white box in the corner of the screen, that's because I forgot to mute my notifications before recording this. So I'm getting text messages. Since I have a MacBook, I get text messages on my computer. So you're gonna see some of them if I hadn't put a box there, and I apologize for that. I hope you can still follow along well. Yeah, you can still see me struggling with the door. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. If you can just go ahead by now and just make the door on a platform that's unmoving, because this door isn't gonna ever work, even though I'm trying so many different ways to make it work. So you'll see me eventually just give up because it's basically impossible. So I'm sorry about that. You can see the start of the build of the city in the beginning of this build and the plot that's behind me. It's basically finished now, but you can see what it started out as. I'm making a roof as the floor because yeah, like I said, the height for the walls is different than normal, so I had to use a roof. There's a lot of things in this that I don't think anybody has ever tried before, which is kind of interesting. The door though is just beautiful in my opinion. Once it's painted, it'll be really nice. By the way, this build is only like the exterior and like I think the part of the living room. It might do the whole living room, but I'm not sure. I think it does. If it does do the whole living room, it might even start on the kitchen or the hallway. I'm not sure. But yeah, so you're gonna see that in this build. I've had people get confused before, like they think that I didn't show the whole build, but if you're this far and like you're wondering where the other stuff is, it's just gonna be in another part of the speed build, and that will be up on my channel hopefully soon, depending whether I'll be motivated to do a voiceover again. So yeah, that will be soon. Yes. Also, if you want, it's probably a better idea to just start painting now, because after I did all the details, I painted after I did all the details, and it took me like 20 minutes to paint everything, and it was just really tedious. So if you want to go ahead and paint everything now, that would probably be a good idea. Oh my gosh, everything looks so weird when it's just completely gray. Yes, in this build, if you're struggling like with the beams, like the coffered ceilings, I've had a lot of questions like, how do I make them so straight? And basically, if you just can stay on the medium and large graphics, it's a lot easier to keep them straight. If the beams won't go straight even with those graphics, then sometimes you can place a beam and you can just try and eyeball it. I don't know how I do it, but it works for me. So if you need to like make a beam straight, just try your best to use the large and medium graphic, even though sometimes it does glitch. Let's see, what else can I say? Oh, I guess I'll say the game passes, because some people have asked me this before. You need basements, and you don't need large plots since this is a small build, but you will need advanced placement, obviously, like all of my builds. Basically all the building game passes except the large plot. If you wanted to, you could, since this build is made out of basic shapes, you can kind of clone the build, I guess you could say. It would be really hard, but you could try, and you could make like houses on either side of this if you wanted to try to do that. And I was going to do that, but I'm just like, no, you know what? That's just gonna be painful job. Plus, since Zilgon was gonna tour my build, I could only do the tour today. Plus, Bramp actually came too, which was really nice. You could see them in the tour if you watched the tour. So yeah, that was very cool, I would say. I actually started a build before this build, but the recordings that I made got corrupted, and I couldn't, like, I watched a really good video on how to get back your video files, but it didn't work. I don't know if I was doing something wrong, but it just didn't work, so it was really disappointing. But to be honest, I like this build a lot better than the one that I was doing before, so I guess it was a good mistake, if that's what I can call it. Like, literally, the power in my house went off for a split second, and that's all it took to corrupt my recording, because it turned off my computer, like, because the power went out. Since it was plugged in, it turned off my computer, and it corrupted the recording, which was really disappointing at the time, and I spent like 2 hours trying to get the file back, but I just couldn't do it, and eventually I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna start a new build. So that's kind of what happened. It was really sad, but, you know, it happens. I mean, it's life. It's gonna happen if you're recording stuff. I don't know, like, since my builds are like, when I'm recording them, my computer lags since I don't render the video, because it would take a really long time to render, and I'm just too lazy to do that. I know a lot of people do it anyways, but like, for me, when I'm doing the voiceovers, I mean, I don't really need to see the video, I can just talk, but like, what happens is my video lags a lot, so what I see is not exactly what you see. Okay, I need to explain this better. So, when it lags, my video is going slower than the video that you're watching. So basically, let me put it this way, I sped this video up by 5 times, so what you're seeing is going to be 5 times sped up, but what I see is more like 3 times sped up because the video is lagging. So what I see right now is me doing details above the bushes that I made in front, but you might see something that's farther ahead in the video. So if I ever say something that's like related to what I'm seeing but not what you're seeing, that is why. I hope that made sense. I'm not good at explaining stuff like that. But yeah, I hope that was good explaining skills. Oh yeah, so basically, these stairs, I originally was going to make the walls a normal height, but I couldn't do it that way because I had to add details on top of the windows. So I ended up making the ceiling taller, so after that I made custom stairs, which were made out of basic shapes. I mean, some people say they're hard to do. They're really not that bad, as long as you can kind of use the medium graphic. I mean, if you can, like, the small graphic for scaling is even smaller than like when you're placing stuff down. Okay, slow down. I'm not making any sense. I don't think I am at all. What was I even talking about? Like, okay, to make custom stairs, you need basic shapes, obviously. Don't use structurals. Somebody has come up to me and said, how do you make custom stairs? I'm like, are you using structurals? And they're like, oh, like, don't use structurals. They're really hard to use to make stairs. Basic shapes are a lot easier to use than structurals. So if you have the chance to use a basic shape instead of a structural, do that, even though they are more expensive. I mean, if you're just detailing walls, obviously use structurals, but for stairs, if you can use basic shapes, it's a lot easier to do, and you can follow along with what I put. If you need help, obviously you can. I don't know how many people are actually going to try and build this, since it's really, really hard to do. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would probably just give up at some point because it's really hard, and I don't blame you. If you give up building this, I really don't blame you. Like, really, any of my builds, if you give up, don't be mad at yourself. They're really hard. Yeah. I think I might get a collab build out within the next month, maybe in July or August, I'm hoping. It's a collab with one of my friends. We're kind of struggling right now because of plot data. Like, we're not even close to finishing, and we're already at like 40% data. So, it's kind of disappointing. I mean, we're trying to make stuff, but you know, it's hard. Like I said before, it's hard for me to limit my detailing. So it just gets really out of hand and gets a lot of plot data. Like, this tiny little build right here is like 40% plot data, which normally if you were to make a build this size, it wouldn't be that much. But basically, since it was all made out of basic shapes and structurals, it took a lot extra plot data. Let's see. I have some questions, actually, so I'll go ahead and answer some of them, if they will load. Okay, so the first question is, what is my name? My name is Brandon. I don't really think you guys are going to be able to do anything to me with my name, so if it's not really that personal, to be honest. I mean, I think everybody is fine with sharing their name. I'm 13. In like 6 days, I'm gonna be 14. I don't even know what I'm doing, to be honest, for my birthday party. I'm probably just gonna go like get dinner at some nice restaurant or something. I'm not really sure. I already celebrated my party, like, with my friends, because we did, like, this conjoined party. But, anyways, my favorite food, I really have no clue. I eat a lot of food. I'm not fat, don't worry, but, like, there's a lot of food that I like. Like, I don't really know. I don't think I could narrow it down to just one food, and I think a lot of people could say the same. There is so much food that you could choose from. I don't even know what I can do, to be honest. I don't know what to do, what to say about that. I mean, there's food that I like. I don't even know what they're called. They're just good. That's kind of sad. Anyways, I don't know how long I'm gonna go with this build. Who knows? Since I'm still getting used to these voiceovers, I might not go the whole build. That way it's not as spread out. That'll be a lot better, just because I'll have like long pauses at some points because I don't know what I'm supposed to say. So that happens. You might see that happen sometimes in these builds because I'm just thinking. Gosh, sorry, there's some noise going on in the background. I don't even know, I think that was my cat. Let's see. Someone told me to put this in my voiceover. Oh, description. I cannot read. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Sorry, I just read something. Yes, these parts. Okay, I guess I'll just talk about the detailing for now because you guys might have questions about that. I used the small rods and I made them in squares. Basically, they're just like the minimum size for rods. Because as you can see, like, if you've ever used structurals before, you know that they have, like, limits to them. Like, you can't make them, there's, like, a limited shortness length. How do I say this? There's, like, a limit to how short you can make a beam. There we go. I explained it. So, just make it the shortest it can go and make those into a square, and it'll be clonable and you can use it. They're kind of expensive. It's kind of disappointing to see. I mean, that's probably why this build is so expensive, because of all the structurals and basic shapes. They're just really expensive. Oh, I forgot. I forgot about, like, stuff. Okay. Never mind. Let's see, what else can I say? I mean, right now, what I see is me doing the floor. If you're confused with the floor, basically, just place basic shapes all over the roof with the carpets on them, and you can delete the roof to leave the basic shapes floating in the air, and that will create like a ceiling and a floor. Make sure, this is really important, this is really, really important, make sure that you add 2 basic shapes on top of each other, so you can have a ceiling for the first floor, and you can have a floor for the second floor. I hope that made sense, but like, place 1 basic shape down on the roof. Oh, it's gone now, but like, to do it, you'd have to place 1 basic shape down, and then clone that basic shape and place it on top. That way you have a stack of 2 basic shapes, and that will allow you to paint both sides, like the first and second floor. So that made no sense. I'm sorry. There's things like that don't really know how to explain. It's not very nice. Yeah. Anyways, I might just end it here. I don't know, because I don't want this to be like really stretched out and cringy, because I'm just not talking for half of it. I mean, I don't really know what to say because I'm not sure what to say, to be honest. I got 4 likes on my post and only 1 person commented, and it wasn't even a question. That's kind of sad. Oopsies. Anyways, yeah. We're like, I don't even know, we're probably like 40 minutes in. But the build itself is like an hour and 17 minutes long because I tried to include 2 days worth of recording, which is like a few hours. So, and if that's like sped up by 5 times, then that's gonna be really long. So I tried. I didn't want to make it really fast this time because I wanted to be nice to you guys and I wanted to make sure that it was the easiest possible thing to copy. And I mean, I seriously can't speed it up any slower than this because otherwise I would have just too many parts for one little tiny build like that, like this build. So yeah, I'm sorry. This is just the slowest that I'm gonna go with like speed builds. Unless it's like a really tiny build. Like I made a cottage one time and basically I could fit that all in one part because it only took about 6 hours, which, I mean, the recordings right here is probably like 4 or 5 hours, so sped up by 5. I don't really know how to do math, so I don't know if I'm even correct, but yeah. Let's see. I guess I'm just gonna do some shameless plugs for now. You can go to my Discord server and Twitter, and I also have a friend who has a YouTube channel, and you can go subscribe to him if you want. All of those will be linked in the description, as well as like the music and that I used in the video and my editing stuff. I get questions asking what my editing software is, and if you need that, just go to the description and scroll down to the bottom. You'll find the links to the website where you can download the editing software. It's for Macs and Windows, and I'm not sure if you can do it on phone. Excuse me, I'm burping. But like, if you need to find anything, go to the description, and there will most likely be a link down there, as well as my Roblox profile if you want to go to my profile. I mean, obviously you would want to. I also have a Roblox group if you want to join that. It has like 2 clothing items. They're like 10 Robux. I mean, you don't have to buy them. Obviously you don't have to if you don't want to, but like, they're very nice. I mean, this is like my 3rd time trying to do clothes. Like the first time, it was really bad. Like, there was no texture on the clothing. It was basically just colors. The second time I did it, it was a little bit better. It had textures and stuff, but it still didn't look very nice. But this time, I'm hoping it looks fine because now there's like people actually seeing the clothes, and I don't want to embarrass myself. So I hope they look nice. If you want to go follow me on Roblox, I'm really close to like 300 followers on there. If you want to get me to 300 followers, I mean, you don't have to. Roblox followers don't really do anything. But if you do follow me, you can join my game. Like if I'm not playing Bloxburg, you can join my game if I'm playing other games and you just want to do stuff. I have a neighborhood on Bloxburg, so I do go in that sometimes. I'm also in my friend's server sometimes, and sometimes they make it only for friends, so if you can't join that, I apologize in advance. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, oh, there is one thing I want to mention. I'm doing this game night. on Sunday. I think it's on Sunday this weekend. If you want to go to that, it would be really fun. I'm doing it on Discord, so there's going to be some people there if you want to go do it. I'm not going to be streaming it on YouTube because I don't really feel comfortable doing that yet, since I'm just starting to share my voice, and doing a live stream would just be really scary. Plus the fact that, who knows, it's gonna be really embarrassing if my parents walk in, they're like telling me to go do something, because I don't really know how to mute myself, so that would be kind of embarrassing if it happened, so I'm just not ready for that. So on Discord, if you want to go there, you can, and I'll be streaming there this Sunday with some of my friends. So yeah, it'll be really fun. We're gonna play 3 games. It's gonna last like an hour. Basically just Bloxburg, Arsenal, and Epic mini games, and I'll be rating your plots in Arsenal. I'll be rating your plots in Bloxburg if you want to load some in, and I'll go around and look at them. But remember, it's only on Discord, so you have to go join my server. I mean, if you want to go watch the stream and do the game night, you have to join my Discord server. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to go. Yeah. I might just end it here now because I don't really know what else to say. Let's see. There's probably something else I need to mention, but I'm just forgetting. Oh wait, there is one more question that I need to talk about. Okay, so I get questions like, can I do a collab with you, or can I build with you? And the short answer to that is no. I do collabs with my friends, a lot. I mean, not a lot, but sometimes I'll do it with them. But if I don't know you and you're just some guy in my server that wants to build with me, then I'm probably gonna say no. Only because who knows if I can even trust you on my plot. I mean, are you gonna delete everything at some point? Like, that would be really sad if you did. And I know you guys most likely won't do that, but it wouldn't be fair to the other people, because if I said yes to you and I didn't say yes to them, it would just be kind of unfair, because it would be like, they would be disappointed, they would be mad at me because I'm doing the collab with you but not with them, and I just don't want to get into that drama, so I'm not gonna do that. I do it with friends though, people I can trust, so if you're one of my friends, I'll probably do a collab with you. I mean, obviously, if you're a good builder, and all of my friends are good builders. Yes, let's see. I think that's all I have to say for this, so I'm probably just gonna go now. I'll see you in the next part. You can enjoy the rest of the speed build if you want. I know I didn't go as long as normal, but I'm just trying to get used to it, and doing the whole build right now is just too much, so I'm just gonna stop here. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you enjoyed me talking. I mean, it was more I said a lot more information than like just goofing around. So anyways, enjoy the rest of the speed build if you are going to watch it, and I'll see you guys in the next part.
We'll be right back.